This is the chief, right?
As you guys might see, right there at the corner, we have a out there helping get people.
My question is, even though we have a barricade and somebody is in distress or needs medical care, and we call you 6 times, and we bring you the person that is distressed to the corner, and we tell dispatch where to find him because we're bringing him to you. Why didn't they respond? That was last week.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what we did. So our units were on Broadway, and they were between Pine and Pike. I listened to our dispatch tape. Even I'll back up a little bit more. Even while we were here last week, we told the teams that were providing EMS that we will give you a location, and if you can meet us at the location, we will then take the patient. That's what we told them. The 911 calls came in, I listened to the tape. Our dispatcher said, bring the patient to Broadway and Pine. Our units were at Broadway and Pine. Matter of fact, a number of them got approached by a lot of people, hanging on the rig saying, go in and go in. Our people were very disciplined. Our dispatchers gave the location, and we were waiting at Broadway and Pine. That's how we were going to show us the connection. Clearly that didn't happen, but that's what we tried to do. Now, on every shooting, stabbing, assault, it is not our practice to go right into the scene. It's unsafe for our firefighters. You don't know what else is going to go on around you. Matter of fact, even that night, there was another shooting victim shortly after.
Yes,
so you don't know what's going on.
My second question is...
Did I answer the first one?
Yes,
okay.
You did. You did great. Thanks for that. My second question is, especially with people with mental issues, and we're getting them out of our perimeter for the safety of this community, okay? When we bring them out, and we still call them, and we bring him and guide him to Broadway and Pine, nobody showed up. Yes.
Okay, so our unit 13 department just on the ground. Matter of fact, after we were walking in,
Yeah, but nobody showed up. We called 911 6 times on this mental patient. We got him out of the perimeter. We were guiding him or carrying him over there because he kept climbing that baseball thing.
So,
and we carried him over there.
So I'll say clearly, we have to do better with that one. We own that. If we didn't come for that, that's not something that we do on the side of the fire department. We do have our Health 1 unit. We only have one out there, and it responds exactly to that person that's in distress.
Because
but we only have one.
I understand, but nobody showed.
We only have one of them.
Y'all doing your best.
I know.
So I hear you.
Y'all doing your
we
best.
We want to do better, and this is why I'm here.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're a good man.
Thank you. And stay safe.
What was the purpose of having the Department of Transportation this morning? Can we expect them again later on this afternoon?
I don't think you will see them this afternoon. No, I don't think you're going to see them today.
Okay. Chief, can I ask how we're going to improve communication with the protesters down here? Because honestly, the way in which people have been coming, just like this morning, early in the morning, when no one's here, and talking to random people, and then saying that you all have talked to protesters. We have asked if you could talk to us in forums where more people can be here, and so that you can get an actual consensus. And so the question is, I'm sorry, with all due respect, why do y'all keep showing up earlier in the morning when nobody's here? And 10 saying that you have talked to and negotiated with protesters. And then what we want you to do is to show up at times when people are here, to set up a time when people are here, and then to actually talk to people. Because we feel very misrepresented when you all say, we talked to protesters, we negotiated with protesters, when what happened is not you, but someone else showed up and just talked to a random person. Random people do not get to make decisions. We are a community. We want you all to talk to the community. When are you all going to start doing that? So, and can you help us make that happen?
If you tell me who that is, or what group that is, and we need to get
SDOT.
No, not SDOT. On the community side.
It's not a who, it's a where and when. Set up a QA in the field.
I'm just trying to answer the question.
I understand, sir. I'm listening.
I'm just trying to answer the question.
I'm listening.
If you tell me who that is or what collective group that is, then that's the connection we're trying to make. the last thing we want is miscommunication, confusion, and clearly you're right. So I've been here in the morning and the afternoon and in the early evenings. I've been here all throughout. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I
If I
understand.
had some consistency, if we had some consistency, I think we're going to be in a better space. If that's you, that's
A
great.
lot of people don't understand when it's because this is a decentralized protest, and a lot of people don't understand, well, who are the leaders? And they keep asking that question. What people do need to understand is that black leaders in these movements have historically been targeted when they come out and they identify themselves. It happened in Ferguson 5 years ago. A lot of the people who were leading the protest in Ferguson within the next couple of years mysteriously came up dead or disappeared. This is public factual information. The same thing happened during the civil rights movement. Okay, COINTELPRO, they murdered a lot of our leaders. And so one of the ways of protecting ourselves is being decentralized.
No, I understand.
And so I need people to understand there is a reason people are not coming forward and saying, hey, I'm a leader here, okay, because we are in danger. A person, Dewan Young, was shot just right up the block, leaving CHOP by 4 white males who called him the N-word. They shot him, then they stood over him and shot him 4 more times. So we are under threat. So it's not about identifying individuals and telling you these are the individuals who are in charge, because we're not going to do that because we are in danger. What we want to do is to meet as a group, and the way that we make decisions here, like we have a People's Assembly here on the park every day at 6 o'clock. That is a space where you all can come and talk to us. We can arrange it. We can arrange the time and disseminate the information to people so that they will show up, so that there will actually be a consensus of people here to talk. What we're not going to do is to identify and name people and put them in danger. That is just not going to happen.
Okay.
But there are ways to still have
got you.
a conversation. We still have clear channels of communication amongst ourselves. And so I'm going to ask you all to separate yourselves from the thought that we're going to name 1 or 2 people and tell you they're the leaders. That's not going to happen because we need to protect ourselves. But what we can do is make sure that we come together as a community and have a conversation with you all.
Okay.
And that's what I want you to understand.
And I'm working hard to understand
Okay.
the state that we're in right now.
Okay,
So,
and I wonder if there is a way that we can, I'm with Black Collective Voice. It's a group that grew out of CHOP.
I have your number.
yeah, you can always
He's
reach
with
out
Black
to me.
Collective Voice,
You know,
and what we could do is to facilitate setting up a meeting where we are here as a community, but nobody is going to put themselves in a position to speak on behalf of the community without, it's a community. It's a community decision, and we need y'all to talk to us as a community. We need people like SDOT to not show up at 7 o'clock in the morning, wake up somebody that's sleeping outside the precinct, and then say, we talk to leaders at CHOP. That's not appropriate. It's misinformation. So,
okay, then you know how to reach out to me. We can figure out how to make the connection happen. I want it to be productive.
yes.
So sometimes when there's a large crowd and everyone's yelling, that's not a productive conversation.
And one thing that-
So we really want it to be a place where whoever the collective is, there can be
Facilitators to help,
Yes.
and we can make that happen.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say also that I know that the fire department is aware of, even though this is a space where we have not wanted the police department, we have been friendly to fire department the whole time. We have allowed you all to put in the barricades so that you all can have access through here. Fire department, other city services, that's not where our problem is. Even in protests that have happened downtown on Westlake on the first day of protest, when people were in the street, I was down there. I cleared the street for the fire department to come in and get
put
someone.
fires out.
Right? They weren't putting fires out. There was a person who fell sick down there, and the fire was coming. Everybody moved out of the way. There is no disrespect to the fire department. The fire department should not feel under any kind of threat, and I think our behavior has shown that. So
Well,
we would love to converse.
And that's important that I try to communicate what they did feel. You know, our people were here. We had communicated what the plan was. We thought that we were adhering to the plan. And even when people were banging on the doors over on Broadway and some of them had assault rifles, they didn't turn around and leave. They stayed right there because that's what our dispatchers had communicated. So it's not normal for us to drive a vehicle into a large crowd of people to try to pick people. That's not what we normally do. So we were trying to adhere to what we had said we would do. So I look forward to the conversation.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate.
I just need to know who needs to be in the room? I mean,
It's not a room, it's a field.
or,
Wait. We'll work out the
whatever
details.
it is. So, who needs to be in the space that can actually have a constructive conversation? I mean, clearly this
You
isn't
mean
my space.
From the city
Yeah,
or
from the
agencies?
community, the cities, to have an actual honest conversation. Clearly this isn't the space that I operate in, that I find myself in right now, but I want to try to get the right people in the room,
Okay.
or in the space, or wherever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would repeat that I want you to understand the reason that people are not coming forward and putting
No, I
themselves
got you.
out there in the media. The negative media attention is bringing violence onto this space. It's bringing violence onto protesters. So we want to talk to you as a community and not as individuals. Because that's how we make decisions. Okay. And we want actual communication with the community, not people coming down here talking to a couple of random people. We want to actually do it where we're actually having a conversation, so that when any state agency says that we facilitated a communication with child leaders, so that can actually be true for the first time.
Thank you.
And I thank you so much for the conversation.
Also,
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Stephanie, here.
Chief, I love you, bro. You the only one I know from the neighborhood gonna stay in here. I appreciate it, sir.
All right.
He was the first one I seen with an electric bike.
Still got it. I'll be on it tomorrow.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I was riding I practiced at Red Duck. I was coaching at
Yeah, but see, this is the thing right here, is that you're part of our community. It's not like some second fiddle, like you live in the outskirts. You come here, you help out, and you volunteer. So I really appreciate it. It makes me feel a little more comfort that you as a police chief is living in the same neighborhood. You see what I'm saying?
I got a question for you, Chief Scoggins. We have had a number of incidents that have occurred outside of our jurisdiction, and we haven't had any response from medics or fire department, let alone police. For example, just the other day, I had a woman out here that had been suffering some type of mental illness and drug addiction, clearly out of her mind. She had a 3-year-old child with her. I contacted social health and health services. I contacted CPS. They told us they weren't open, and the only option was to call the police. Why is it that I have to go 5 blocks that way when your jurisdiction ends here for that child to get help and taken to safety? Can you explain that?
I can't.
It sounds very unexplainable to me as well. I tried to ask the deputy mayor up there, she couldn't explain it. I asked a group of cops over there and they couldn't explain it. So why are y'all not protecting the citizens that you are sworn to protect?
So that's not a response that the fire department normally goes to.
So who's going to answer it? Who's going to answer it? The deputy mayor can't answer it. The 12 cops up there couldn't answer it. Where's the mayor at to answer it? Who's going to answer for why they're not protecting their own citizens in their jurisdiction?
So that response is normally a police. It's not a fire.
So we need to get the police chief here to explain why she's not protecting her own citizens. And the mayor needs to. Please. Because this is their jurisdiction. I watched a man die right there while I was 10 feet away from him. Because you guys were around the corner talking about you can't come in here. This is your jurisdiction. This is Seattle Police Department jurisdiction. And they sat there and allowed that man to die. And they allowed that child to go without help. For 5 hours, I had to walk a mentally ill woman down the street because they didn't want to meet me at Broadway and Pine, which is well within their jurisdiction. That is a main street of Seattle. There is no excuse for the way the Seattle Police Department has been behaving, and you should all be embarrassed. The mayor included. The fire department, I love you guys. The ambulance, I love you guys. But they are making your jobs harder, and you need to hold them accountable for that.
And we all have to. And he is. You don't get the walk.
Yeah.
I don't get the walk.
Look, we gotta own what goes on
So
in
why
here
is
too.
it taking 3 weeks for y'all to solve this? This has been a problem for 3 weeks. I've been out here every day. My face is known and my name. What's taking so long? When we got sexual predators, I'm the one that gotta run up here. When we got violent people, I'm the one that gotta run up here. And this is your jurisdiction. We never declared ourselves an autonomous state. We never seceded from the Union. We never became rebels. We are acting out our American right to peacefully protest. To peacefully protest. You guys need to do your jobs. SPD needs to do their jobs. The fire department and the medical staff need to do their jobs. And the mayor and the deputy mayor that keeps running away from me, but I'm gonna find her. She's around here somewhere. Deputy
fire department,
Oh, what's up, guys?
CPS was called, and my children were taken away. I've never heard of children being taken away for a baby dying from SIDS when all my kids were pregnant. I'm just now finding out 2 days ago, CPS in Seattle, Washington has had papers in their system but never mailed it out that all these allegations were unfounded. In 2018, it's 2020, and now they're talking about, oh, your kids are being shot. What compensation or what is there to be done to law enforcement, fire department, CPS, and people that are investigating this stuff and the pain and suffering you're putting other families through, especially families of color? Nobody deserves that. What